then we also got these three things. I assume these are other therapy
Yeah,
things.
you would think there are other therapy.
Yeah, well, let's give it a try. The blood of Troy.
Samuel, my dear, thank you for making the time to speak with me.
Come on, Andy. I've got all eternity. I've always got time for you.
An elder vampire such as I should not need your time. But I have been rather foolish of late, and disappointingly powerless against my own cognitive distortions.
Whoa, Chief, slow down. I can't catch up with all the cognitive distortions you're shooting right now.
I know. I have been neglectful of my own mental health. And that is why I wish to speak to you tonight. Before you came to learn from me, I was the only vampire therapist. But now that you have been trained, I wish to ask for your help.
Me? Andy, you said it yourself, I'm a baby vampire. How am I supposed to be your therapist? Also, ain't it kind of weird to have your own client as a therapist?
To be a therapist is not a position of power over another, my friend. Naturally, I think a different therapist would be preferable, but you are here, and I understand your style. I believe you will be an excellent guide for my thoughts.
Well, if you think it'd be all right, of course I'm here to talk. I've been worried about you.
I'm sorry for that. It has just been emotionally difficult to see how my past, much like myself, refuses to be buried. But perhaps my efforts to bury my past have been the problem. I wish to unburden myself to you, Sam. I promise it will not take 3,000 years. I suppose you should pick what cognitive distortions I'm likely to exhibit. I think we both know what my chief distortion is. As reformed vampires, we have similar mindsets.
Sure, it's being handsome.
Sure.
That's our main problem.
Totally.
That's the main problem, yeah.
Yep.
It's disqualifying the positive. I guess it comes with the territory of being former bad guys.
It shall never be a crucifix to bear. What other distortions do you think I need help with?
Control fallacy seems to be a little bit there. He thinks he should be more in control of things than he usually is.
Yeah.
Let's see. He may think he's always right because
Yeah.
he's so old.
Yeah.
A bit of emotional reasoning as well.
And personalization, I feel, is potential there.
All right.
Okay, Andy, I think I'm ready to talk.
Do you mind if we play a game while we speak? Much of what I will recall will be difficult to talk about.
Well, sure thing, Andy. What you have in mind?
Let us play a little Settlers of Wallachia.
Really?
Been a long time since I played Settlers of Catan.
Thanks, Chief. Kind of funny.
I can make a reference, but no, I suspect no one's going to get it.
We cannot escape our natures, as
So we're still going to make it. Is your name Caution?
Okay.
You just in the typical thing, you need to gather resources before you do anything else. But then again, Settlers of Catan is always, oh, you only get to do what you roll, so it's kind of difficult to do that type of thing. But if you have the choice, I always, at least, when I played Settlers of Catan, it was always gather all the resources I could.
So probably the closest is build up defenses.
Harvest Blood, actually.
Okay.
I think I'll harvest some blood. Never know when you might need some for a rainy day.
Indeed, there is nothing like sitting by a warm fire, listening to the rain, with a cup of warmed blood. Now then,
Though this seems like a little more
of my early days as a
difficult version of Settlers of Catan here, though.
Here, perhaps this will tell you something of my origins. Please be careful with it. It's nearly as old as I am.
Dang, this thing belongs in a museum.
I get the reference.
One could argue the same about us, my friend. But this
That's not quite right, though.
This poor vampire with a spear in his chest. His name was Makarion. He was my blood father, the love of my short life. He was 6,000 years old when we met. He knew secrets from another age. He taught me how civilization had restrained the human animal. Did not even need to speak. He could communicate poetry with a single glance. This is the night he was killed by the Trojans. They attacked us in our sleep. I woke up to their laughter and his sweet blood splashing across my face.
Shit. Dang, Andy. I can't imagine how traumatized you must have been. Your heart must have been broken to pieces.
No, I did not allow myself to mourn. If I shed a single tear, it would have been my end. The pain I felt was so heartrending. I knew it would be my permanent death.
I'm leaning towards emotional reasoning for this one.
That or personalization, it seems like, are the two I
Sounds
would.
a little extreme. Emotional pain is real pain, but it doesn't kill on its own. I got no doubt that dealing with your partner's death would have hurt for a real long time. But people have been losing their partners since before we had words to speak with, and they all survived that pain.
Yes, I was young, son. Like Edmund, I believed my pain was above all other pain. It is difficult to challenge a young vampire's extreme emotions. I could not face my own sorrow, and so I turned my still heart toward anger and vengeance alone. And my vengeance was mighty indeed. I tortured Mechariel's killers, of course, but this did not cool my blood for even a moment. I was resolved to taint their entire race. I planted a seed of darkness in the Trojan people that would blossom into a corrupted Roman Empire.
That sounds like a control thing.
Hold your horses there, boss. You saying you caused the fall of the Roman Empire?
Yes, the Trojans made Michariel bleed, so I ensured that their fields were sown with blood, and all their harvests would taste of death. Their empire would be tainted from the start, built on suffering, and I aimed to ensure they would suffer.
I guess men really always have been thinking about the Roman Empire, but that's a lot to swallow, Chief. I don't know that one man can bring down an empire.
Perhaps, but I can draw a direct link from my actions to the tainted history of Rome. Mythology says that it was Athena who brought down Troy, but it was I. You see, it was I who eliminated the opposition to letting the Trojan horse into the city of Troy. I'd like to show you a painting I commissioned at this event. I think you would appreciate it.
Well, hot dang, that is one beautiful horse.
I thought you would appreciate the
Frau Bluka!
love our horses.
Mega Falbuka.
Yep. That is a chunk of a horse.
Horses even more. What's it say on the side of the horse?
Faladum votum means a gift or sacrifice of Pallas.
What's Pallas?
Historians might tell you this is pseudonym for Athena, and the gift of the Trojan horse was in her name. That was not my meaning. Let me explain. After the fall of Troy, the Trojans were led by a man named Aeneas, though I usually thought of him as Eos.
Real mature, Chief.
Come now, Sam. I was young. Anyway, Aeneas, was the ideal the Trojans wished to live up to. He was extraordinarily handsome, strong, and wise. Not a mindless killer like those who killed my Mechariel. But I would reveal this ideal to be false. I knew the mind of Aeneas. He was a Trojan, and like all Trojans, selfish and cruel. I would prove there was nothing redeemable about a Trojan.
Always right, maybe?
I ain't never met a Trojan, but something tells me they weren't all the same.
But I would reveal
Emotional reasoning?
It was control fallacy, apparently.
Maybe Trojan culture taught some of them to be a certain way, but being Trojan ain't in anyone's blood. Besides, ain't it you who's always reminded me that vampires don't have nationalities?
You are of course correct, my friend. Aeneas was born a human, not a Trojan. But I wished to hurt him and all his people. After the siege of Troy, the Trojans were a landless people. They drifted across the Mediterranean to the great city of Carthage in northern Africa. Carthage was run by Queen Dido, and even then, women proved more stable rulers. The people were happy and content, and did not fear the immigrant Trojans. They welcomed the wayward foreigners and invited them to settle in Carthage. They were offered fields to farm in, protection, and a fair place in the city. Indeed, Dido herself fell deeply in love with Aeneas, and he with her. It seemed the Trojans had found their peace, but for me this was not fair. Why should the Trojans live in peace? Why should they smile when I wept for Macarian? I believed they should suffer. I made certain that Aeneas and his Trojans would no longer be welcome in Carthage. I seduced pure Aeneas. He was not so pure when I was taught with him. Seduction was always a great skill of mine.
I never would have guessed.
But I made sure that Queen Dido saw us. She adored Aeneas, and I broke that poor woman in my lust for vengeance. Aeneas could not face her again, so set sail with his people away from the land that had so warmly welcomed them. Queen Dido built for herself a mighty pyre, and even from 3 leagues away, Aeneas was forced to see his love burn in the fire of her sorrow. He could not hide his shame from me, nor his tears. To me, they were beautiful.
Holy shit, Chief. I get that hurt people, but dang, you could have turned it down a notch.
Oh, that was not even the end of my vengeance. But first, I believe it is your turn to settle Wallachia. What are you going to do?
Okay. Destroy mirrors, buy sexy leather outfits, or hiss at my enemies.
Only one of those actually seems like it would do something, but...
Yeah. Fucking.
Let's buy some of them sexy leather outfits. I might end up needing to go to a party.
You certainly don't want to show up to a vampire party wearing a t-shirt and jeans. Now then, where was I? Ah, yes. The Trojans left Carthage for the northern Mediterranean. The land we now know as Italy. Aeneas met a noble Greek man named Evander. To my dismay, they set aside the horrors of the Trojan War and became allies. Evander's people were warring with a local tribe, the Rutulians, led by a bloodthirsty boy named Turnus. In the dark of night, I joined with Turnus. I trained his people in the art of war. I taught Turnus how to fight as a man who fears neither death nor shame. In the ensuing battles, the child of Evander, Pallas, was killed by Turnus, despite Aeneas' protection. Aeneas was enraged that his peace with the noble Greek Evander was threatened. And so, day after day, he slaughtered the Rutulians until Turnus' people became afraid and began to turn against their leader. Knowing that Turnus would lose, I convinced him to challenge Aeneas to single combat, a final battle. But Turnus would only lose his life. I was determined that Aeneas and the Trojans would lose their souls. I convinced Turnus to wear the belt of Pallas, the child of Evander he had killed, as a trophy. As I predicted, Aeneas easily defeated Turnus, ending the war against the Rutulians. But as Aeneas extended his hand in mercy, he saw the belt of Pallas, and that mercy melted away. He drove his spear into Turnus' chest. Rome was so founded, not in mercy, but in blood. So you see, Samuel, I was the cause of Rome's bloodlust. Every cruel emperor, every colonial injustice, even the spectacle of the gladiators, they were my doing.
I mean, he's saying he was the puppeteer behind everything, so...
Yeah.
Oh, but Chief, that's assuming way more power and blame than you can take credit for. You hurt them Trojans, sure enough, in ways they couldn't erase. But you can't suggest that you created the morality of people who weren't even born yet.
I understand this now, but I do not wish to erase the part in Roman history I had. After all, this was only the beginning of my evil deeds against the people who once called themselves Trojans. I'm sure you would agree that the things I did to the Trojans were horrific, because in the loss of my lover, I aimed to taint the soul of an entire people. In the last 200 years, I have done significant acts of good. I have uplifted the poor, I fought the scourge of fascism. I have helped vampires find the peace that was so elusive to me. But the good I do now is washed in the blood of millennia. And all that good shall be lost in time, like drops of blood in the vein.
But Andy, who asked you to compare those evils to the good you do? Is the Andy of today gonna do more of them evils?
He will certainly aim not to.
So why are you cutting him down? Would it be better if he didn't commit acts of good? Do you need to remind him he's evil every 5 minutes? Or is that disqualifying the positive?
You see why I also need a therapist. Knowledge of cognitive distortions does not mean that I am immune to them.
So you taught me. But I like the Andy I know, so I'll thank you kindly not to be such an asshole to him.
Crimson does say that she likes Imanat to be an asshole-free zone. I would not wish to disappoint. But regard well, I have claimed all of your souls, and am now the Voivode of Wallachia.
Oh shucks, these German board game rules are so complicated.
And I have had thousands of years of experience in the art of war, my friend. Next time, press your advantage. You may do a little better. But for now, let us go down and party. I am DJing tonight. It is time to get down and boogie, as the children of the night will say.
Don't say that.
Oh, well, the board will still
Too late.
Don't actually know, but I am ready to let off some steam. Come, my friend. The night awaits.
More gothic hoedown?
It's a shame we don't get to see that.
I know, right? Join us next time for Spanish Nights.